Good morning, guys. Since many of you requested for a vlog here in this channel, I thought I'll start today's vlog by showing you how beautiful my curry leaves has grown into. So I live in an apartment, and the thing which I have most in my balcony is curry leaves plant. And if you're a regular on my channel, then you know that I love to use curry leaves in my recipes as it is rich in iron and folate. So if you have iron deficiency, anemia and hair fall issues, do try to include curry leaves in your diet. As you can see, one baby curry leaf plant is also growing. So I'm just going to water the plant. Now if you're growing curry leaves plant at home, make sure that you don't water it every single day. The plant needs to be watered only 2 to 3 times a week, not more than that. So that is one thing which I do. So as with every Indian home, the mornings are really chaotic, especially when the children are to be readied for school. So my son is off to school, and the kitchen and pantry is in a mess. So I'm going to clean up all this now, and then I'm going to prepare breakfast for my husband. So this is some mango pieces which I have kept in salt to make pickle. I don't start my day with coffee or tea. I either start my day with soaked badam or with any fruit. So today I'm starting my day with papaya. Today for lunch I'll be making a sabji with green moong dal and this raw plantain. Plantains are not bananas, they are smaller and they come in many varieties. It's a specialty of Kerala, and the taste is also different. This is organic and from a friend's backyard. Ripe plantains are very tasty and can be used to make shakes. So some specialities of shakes in Kerala are Sharjah shake, which is made from ripe plantains. So if you ever come to Kerala, make sure you have Sharjah shake. It's very tasty. You can get it at the ice cream parlors or juice parlors across Kerala. Another one is avel milk, which is actually poha milk. Again, ripe plantain is used to make avel milk. So just keep this in mind if you ever come to Kerala. Do try to taste these two drinks. So today seems to be like a sunny day. It's not too hot or neither it's too cold. I live in an apartment, and that is the boundary of our apartment. You can see some banana leaves there. So this is from where I get my banana leaves to make my oil-free fish fry and things like that. School lunch for my son was muli paratha. Muli is in season here in Kerala now. It's an ideal lunchbox meal for kids. And now I'm preparing breakfast for my husband. This is bajra dosha which I'm making. So you can see the sun rays are falling onto the dosha. I get plenty of sun in my kitchen. And now I'm drizzling in a little bit of desi ghee. Always make sure that you use desi ghee in your meals, especially when making millets, so that the nutrients are absorbed faster into your body. I have already shared the bajra dosha batter recipe, but today when I made the dosha batter with bajra, I used half bajra and half rice. I'll be serving the bajra dosha with sambar. And for my breakfast, I'm making uttapam. Uttapam is nothing but a variety of vegetables thinly sliced added into the dosha batter. So it is more filling and fiber rich. So it will keep you feel fuller for a longer time. So what I've added is some cabbage, carrots, onion, green chilies, curry leaves, etc. You can make uttapam with any dosha batter like bajra dosha batter or chama dosha batter, ragi dosha batter, or even with plain dosha batter. Mornings I prefer to make a millet based breakfast. All the millet dosha batter recipes are on my channel. You can check them out. For your ease, I have also added them in a playlist titled Millet Recipes for Weight Loss. Bajra helps to prevent breast cancer, and bajra is also very beneficial for menopausal women. Do check my video on bajra to know more about its health benefits. And my breakfast is ready. So that is one uttapam and sambar. Sambar recipe also I have already shared. So after my breakfast, it's reading time. I make sure that I read newspapers for at least 15 to 20 minutes every day. This is something of a me time for me after the hectic morning routine. and I also make sure that I'm drinking plenty of water. So along with reading newspaper, I'll be sipping on a glass of water. And after that, I'll be entering my son's room, which would obviously be a mess with all the books here and there and everything. So I'll just keep everything in order and make the bed and things like that. I also make sure that all the lights are switched off. And after getting the house in order, what I do is I start my YouTube work. So it's 10 a.m. and I have started my YouTube work. So the first thing I do is I reply to comments, and after this I'll start editing the video which I am planning to upload today on my Malayalam channel. So the recipe is a chama rice puttu recipe. So this is a diabetic friendly weight loss recipe, and along with this recipe I'm also sharing some benefits of millets and different types of millets. On the Malayalam channel I got many requests to make vlog style videos on skinny recipes too, and that is why today I thought I'll just vlog whatever is happening today. Editing is one thing which takes a lot of time. Recipe making and cooking is more easier than editing videos. Since I do all my YouTube work myself, it does take a lot of my time. Creating recipes and making videos is something which I really love. So I don't feel like I'm doing some big job. I just thoroughly enjoy what I'm doing all through the day, and I'm happy that I can do all this from the comfort of my home. All the YouTube work I thoroughly enjoy, especially interacting with you guys through the comments. Many of you has reached out to me through Instagram, and some of you has become close friends, and I'm very happy with the way everything is going on. And now I'm going to edit this video and I'll be uploading this video on my Malayalam channel, which I have just started. And the health tips and information which I'm sharing in my Malayalam channel has already been mentioned in Skinny Recipes. It is just a compiled form of whatever I have been mentioning in the Skinny Recipes channel. So don't feel that there is something which you are missing out. So in this video, it's all about millets and different types of millets, and along with how to make a rice-free Kerala puttu with millet. So I'm using chama rice, also known as little millet, to make this Kerala style puttu. Kerala puttu is nothing but steamed rice cake. So instead of rice, I'm using little millet in this recipe, and I'm also serving it with kadala curry, which is the combination to have with Kerala puttu. And I hope to finish this soon and try to upload it by evening. And then I have to start working on the Skinny Recipes video. So everything just keeps me busy all through the day. And I'm very grateful for all the blessings God has given me. So let me just finish editing this video. And then I have to prepare a lunch. Today my husband said he'll be coming home for lunch. So he'll probably be home by around 1:30. So by that time I have to get something ready. And I thought I'll make a sabji with raw plantains and fish curry. So let me just finish up this video and I'll get back to you. So it's 11:30 now. It's been 1.5 hours since I've been editing this video, and the video is ready. So I'm exporting the file and then I'll be uploading it shortly on my Malayalam channel. So while it is exporting, I'm going to do some work in the kitchen. Plantain has been cut into small pieces. So this is how it is sliced for the recipe I'm making, and you need to keep this in water. Along with that, my washing machine is also running. I'm also making a marinade to make tandoori chicken. So in the evening my daughter is coming home, so I thought I'll make tandoori chicken pizza for her. So for that I am just marinating some chicken pieces. This is for dinner. I have already shared how I make tandoori chicken. The recipe is already on this channel. You can just go to YouTube and search tandoori chicken skinny recipes so that you can get the video easily. So I'm going to keep this in the refrigerator. And I felt like snacking, so I'm having 3 walnuts. Now to make the raw plantain sabji, I have already pressure cooked green moong dal. Into that I'm adding in the chopped raw plantains, pink Himalayan salt as needed, turmeric powder, closing the cooker, and after 1 whistle I'll be turning off the flame. While it is getting cooked, I'm getting the coconut masala ready. So what I've added in my small chutney grinder is some grated coconut, turmeric powder, 4 to 5 garlic cloves, a small handful of shallots, 3 to 4 green chilies, which you can decrease or increase to suit your taste, and finally some curry leaves. I like to add curry leaves when I make the masala. I'm just going to open the cooker. I'm going to give this a mix. We call this sabji ka thoran. In my native place, it's made like this, and we have it with fish curry. And now I'm going to add in the ground coconut masala. And now I'm turning on the flame and put the flame on lowest. And I'm just going to give a light steam to the coconut so that it is lightly cooked. So I'm just covering it with the lid. Okay, as you can see, steam has come out. So now I'm going to just mix the coconut. And now I'm going to remove the cooker from the flame. And for tadka, I'm heating an iron pan. I'm adding in about 1 to 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. Many of you had asked which coconut oil brand I use. I don't use any brand. I buy the coconut oil locally from the mill. Once the oil is heated, I'm adding in some mustard seeds. And once the mustard seeds starts to splutter, red chilies broken, small onions also known as shallots. Very simple, very easy and very traditional recipe. Just give it a mix and cover it with the lid so that the flavors does not release out. So this is how this curry is served. So it's about 2:30 now. I uploaded the video on my Malayalam channel, and then I'm back in the kitchen to prepare the pizza dough which I'm making for dinner. So in this bowl I have added about 1 3/4 cups of whole wheat flour. Now as you know, I don't buy store-bought atta. I buy whole wheat and then wash and sun dry and give it to the local mill to powder. Now into this I'm adding in some pink Himalayan salt, about half a teaspoon. I'm just going to flavor the pizza dough, and for that I'm adding in dried rosemary. I'm just going to crumble it with my fingers and then add so that the flavors are released. And then I'm adding in some thyme. If you have oregano, you can add in that also. I ran short of oregano, so I'm omitting that. This will give the dough a nice Italian flavor. So this tandoori chicken pizza is actually a fusion recipe. It's an Indo-Italian recipe. I first shared it on my blog in 2013. It's around 6 years since I posted it on my blog. Many of my readers had tried and was very happy with the recipe, and now I'm just making a small well in the middle, and I'm adding in some water, warm water. The water should not be very hot, it should only be warm. Into that I'm adding in half teaspoon instant yeast. Now when you add yeast, just sprinkle it and add. The yeast has already started to activate. Now to feed the yeast, I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of organic sugar. Yeast likes sugar and not salt. So if you add salt, the yeast will not ferment. So that is the reason why I added salt into the dough. And now I'm just going to mix this. Now if you want the correct recipe measurements, please go to my website www.nisahomey, or you can search on Google, just type in tandoori chicken pizza Nisa Homey and you will get the recipe. And once the dough has gathered together, I'm just going to knead it a couple of times, just punching and kneading. Since this is locally milled wheat flour, it does not have any added gluten. So I have kneaded the dough well, and I'm adding in half teaspoon desi ghee. You can use olive oil instead of desi ghee, but since this is an Indo-Italian fusion recipe, I'm using desi ghee. I'm just going to knead this really well again, and now I'm going to keep this for 2 hours so that the dough double in size. So in the evening I went out to buy some vegetables, and then I had some other small work in the city. And on the way back home, I dropped into a friend's house. She has an amazing, well groomed backyard. There were jackfruits, mango trees, golden shower flowers has started to bloom. The golden shower flowers is also known as Konnapoo in Malayalam. It usually blooms around the time of Vishu. Today was a sunny day and the weather was pleasant. It was neither too hot nor too cold. So it's about 2 hours, and now let's check on the dough. And as you can see, the dough has doubled. So I have 4 pieces of tandoori chicken, and now I'm going to shred the chicken. I have shredded the chicken and I'm keeping the chicken pieces slightly big. Now I'm going to divide the dough into 2. I'm just lightly kneading the dough. Now this is a cookie sheet, and I have placed a baking mat over the sheet. Now if you don't have a baking mat like this, you can use butter paper or parchment paper. And I'm sprinkling in some makke ki atta, also known as cornmeal. This will give a nice crunch to the pizza crust. I'm just coating the crust with the cornmeal. And with both hands, I'm just pressing the dough into a round shape. I'm just pinching the sides like this. Add some homemade tomato sauce. Just lightly spread it out. Sprinkle in a little bit of rosemary, thyme, and now I'm sprinkling in the shredded tandoori chicken pieces. This is a great recipe to make with leftover tandoori chicken. If you have any leftover tandoori chicken, you can make this recipe with that. I'm using Amul cheese cube in this recipe. Sometimes I use cheese slices too, but today I don't have cheese slices, so I'm using Amul cheese cubes. And now I'm grating the cheese all over the pizza. I make this pizza often for my children. They really like this pizza. Making pizza at home is not that difficult. Try to make pizza at home so that kids don't go out and have them. You really don't know what all ingredients they add in store-bought pizzas. Okay, now the pizza is ready to bake, and now I'm going to keep this for about 10 minutes to allow the dough to proof a little, and then only I'll bake. So I'm just going to keep it for 10 minutes, and at this point I'll be preheating the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. And now it's about 10 minutes and I'm going to keep this in the oven, and I'll be baking this for about 10 to 15 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. You can repeat the same process with the rest of the dough, or if you don't plan to make a second helping, you can keep this in the refrigerator and make it in the next day. So while the pizza is getting baked, I'll be replying to some of the comments on both the channels. And the pizza is ready. Amul cheese cubes does not melt like mozzarella cheese. If you use mozzarella cheese, the cheese will really melt. Since this is Amul cheese cubes, it does not melt that much. So after dinner, I cleaned the kitchen and then washed the dishes and had a bath. And then I started replying to the comments on both the channels. Along with that, I'm also trying to decide which recipe I should be posting the next on Skinny Recipes and on the Malayalam channel. So I'm just scrolling through all the pictures already on the laptop. So guys, that's it for today, and I hope to see you soon in another vlog. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye bye.